was always the fat friend in our photos until I discovered they were editing me to look bigger. I always knew I was the biggest girl in our friend group, but it wasn't until my phone died at Sarah's wedding that I discovered they'd been making me look even larger in our photos for years. My best friend Emma handed me her phone to see the bridesmaid pictures. "These turned out cute," she said as I scrolled through them. Something felt off. In every group shot, my dress looked tighter, my arms wider, my face fuller than I remembered. I compared the photos to my mental image from that day, the way my dress had skimmed my body, how confident I'd felt after months of working out. These pictures showed someone at least 20 pounds heavier. "These look different," I said carefully. Emma shrugged. "The photographer did some touch-ups. Eximadri looks great." Everyone except me. On the ride home, a notification popped up on Emma's phone. She'd forgotten to log out of her account on my borrowed device. A message from Sarah. "Did you fix the wedding froove before showing Melissa? Can't have her looking better than me on my day?" My stomach dropped. I scrolled up through their conversation. History, hand shaking, expanded Melissa's waistline in the beach photos. "Now we all look next to her." Added some chin for Melissa in the Christmas party thivs. She was looking too thin low. 3 years of photos. 3 years of wondering why I always looked so much worse in their posts and in the mirror. I'd started diets, exercise programs, even considered surgery, all because I couldn't understand why I photographed so poorly. I kept scrolling, finding hundreds of messages between my 5 closest friends. They had a dedicated group chat called Final Edits, where they'd share photos before posting, asking each other to fix Melissa so they'd look better by comparison. These were women who'd hugged me through breakups, who'd encouraged my weight loss efforts with supportive texts and workout plans, who'd told me I was beautiful while literally distorting my image. I didn't confront them immediately. Instead, I spent a week downloading every photo they'd ever posted of me. Then I found the originals in my own cloud vid. The differences were subtle but unmistakable: widened hips, puffier cheeks, double chins added where none existed. The following Saturday was our monthly brunch. I arrived early and set up my laptop to connect to the restaurant's donger. The owner was my actual friend who was horrified when I explained what I needed. When everyone arrived, I waited until they'd ordered their mimosas. "I've been feeling insecure about how I look in photos," I began casually. "You look amazing." Sarah jumped in. "That's what I thought too," I replied, clicking the remote. So I made a little presentation. The screen displayed 2 images side by side, me at Emma's birthday. On the left, the original. On the right, their edited version with my body subtly expanded. "This is what I actually looked like," I said, pointing to the original. "And this is what you posted." The table went silent. I clicked through 20 more examples. "For 3 years I've been on diets, crying in fitting rooms, and saving for surgery, all while you were literally making me look worse to make yourselves look better." "It was just a filter," Emma stammered. "Because your conversation about expanding my waistline suggests otherwise." Their faces drained of color as they realized I'd seen everything. "We never meant to hurt you," Sarah whispered. "The thing is," I said, gathering my purse, "you did deliberately, refadedly, for years." I left them sitting there staring at the evidence of their betrayal on the screen that night. My phone exploded with apologies, tearful voicemails, paragraph-long texts about insecurity and how they'd been wrong. I didn't respond to any of them. Instead, I posted the original unedited photos of myself from the past 3 years. Looking exactly as I am. The first real friend request came a week later, from the restaurant owner who'd helped me, then from colleagues who'd always been on the periphery of my life. People who saw me as I was, not as a prop to make themselves look better. Sometimes the weight you need to lose isn't on your body. It's the people who make you feel like you are never enough.